Valongo, K. Where is it? Avenida Barão de Tefé, in the neighborhood of Saúde, in the center of Rio de Janeiro. History around 1770. Enslaved black people disembarked at Praia do Peixe, a beach that no longer exists. It was located where Praça 15 is today, and were traded on Rua Direita, considered the first and most important street in Rio de Janeiro during the Portuguese colonial period. 1774. The Marquis of Lavradio decided to move the slave market to Valongo Quay. One of the reasons for the move was the discomfort the elite felt with the presence of slaves in the same place they frequented. 1779. The slave trade was established in Valongo. Between 1808 and 1831, the slave trade reached its peak, even though the slave trade was banned by law. Up to 1 million slaves landed in Valongo. 1831. Valongo was closed because of pressure from England to end the slave trade around the world. 1843. The Valongo was covered by an embankment to build a place where boats could stop to load or unload passengers. The place came to be called Cais da Imperatriz. 1904. Valongo was buried for good during an urban reform. Rediscovery of Valongo Quay. 2010, Rio de Janeiro. City Hall began work on the Porto Maravilha project in Praça Jornal do Comércio. The works were a means found by Rio de Janeiro City Hall to respond to a request from IFAN for archaeological research. The main objective was to rediscover the Valongo Quay. October 2010. The Porto Maravilha project was approved. January 2011. Excavations began on most of the square. How did the creation of the Cais do Valongo archaeological site come about? IFAN registered the old Valongo Quay as the Valongo Quay archaeological site. The new Cais do Valongo is over 2,000 square meters. Excavations were coordinated by archaeologist Tânia Andrade Lima. 110 sectors and 6 excavated trenches were recorded. The research revealed parts of the Cais da Imperatriz and the old Cais do Valongo, one on top of the other. Religious objects from countries such as Congo, Angola, and Mozambique were also discovered. 2011. IFAN and Rio's City Hall drew up a document to nominate the archaeological site as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 2017. The Cais do Valongo archaeological site becomes a World Heritage Site. What's at the Cais do Valongo archaeological site? At the Cais do Valongo site, there are 1,200,000 pieces representing habits, daily life, religions, and resistance by enslaved Africans. Some examples: protective objects, such as figurines, crucifixes, and cowries. Accessories, such as beaded necklaces and bracelets. The items were cleaned and organized, placed in identified plastic bags, and stored in boxes. All these objects have been temporarily deposited in the Rio de Janeiro City Hall's Galpão B, which is located in the city's port area. The place where these objects are kept was chosen because it is close to where they were found. This choice meets the needs of the population of Rio de Janeiro and the preservation of the city's history. How to get there? There are several buses that pass close to Cais do Valongo. Private cars can drop you off in front of Cais do Valongo. Tram. Hop off at the Parada dos Navios Valongo, 5-minute walk to the Pier, or Camarino Rosas Negra, 10-minute walk to the Pier stations. Accessibility. Cais do Valongo has tactile flooring, which helps people with visual impairments to walk around. It also has access ramps, which make it easier for people with reduced mobility to get around. Come and be amazed by this attraction.